Hey guys, welcome to Love of Books, Movies, and Happiness. And today I'm taking a break from my books and book reviews. I will be getting back to those, but now we're on the movie side of things. With it being the start of November and Thanksgiving being the final fall holiday before all of the Christmas madness begins, I got to thinking about family traditions. Everyone has their own traditions and what they do. For my husband and I, Thanksgiving, along with being a day to enjoy a big holiday meal, make enough food to have leftovers for a while, at least a week or so. Uh, and if we're able to go and visit other family and just the start of being together, it also for me marks the final fall holiday there is before the madness of Christmas begins. And amongst all the craziness of planning out the menu, and if you're having a lot of people over for Thanksgiving, figuring out whose house you're going to or who all is coming to your place, and the stressing over whatever family drama might be happening, and can you all keep it calm for Thanksgiving and have one meal where it's a good meal and there's not a bunch of fighting. And then there's the regular traditions, like going out and seeing any decorations for Christmas that might already be put up, watching the Thanksgiving Day parades if you do that, like Macy's on TV, or if you're lucky to be in person, then in person, or even your local town's parade. And just all the fun family traditions. Well, for us, one of those traditions is watching movies. Now, admittedly, for Thanksgiving, movie selections get a little trickier. You look up Christmas movies or you look for Christmas, and there are tons of options out there for Christmas movies. There's tons of options out there for Halloween. But Thanksgiving is one of those where there's just not that many that focus on Thanksgiving. It's the same with like music for a holiday. You get tons of spooky Halloween sounds, and you get tons of Christmas music and other holiday type music. Valentine's Day has some good music out there. Thanksgiving, though, just doesn't. That's more of a food holiday than anything, and it's like it gets forgotten about in every other media out there. Granted, you can find some great books to read around Thanksgiving, which I will be doing a video on that as well down the road, later in the month. But movies, it gets a little trickier. Not to say we don't have the ones that we watch, because we do. We have at least one that is very much entirely about Thanksgiving and being with family on Thanksgiving Day. A couple of our movies are more interchangeable. They can be watched anytime. We just really enjoy them, so they have like a good fall feel to them, so we tend to watch them around Thanksgiving. And admittedly, a couple of our movies kind of toe the line between Thanksgiving or Christmas. But they're still good movies. It's one of those things. It gets harder to find Thanksgiving specific movies. For us, for one that is just mainly like the whole point of the movie is Thanksgiving, it's Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. An excellent movie, highly entertaining, some great actors in it. The whole storyline is these two guys that are trying to get home. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. One guy who is trying to get home for Thanksgiving. He had a work trip he had to finish up. He's getting ready to head back home. Disaster strikes. He can't, he starts out on a plane, and at some point his plane gets rerouted because there's a storm, and he decides he's just going to rent a car. He also ends up taking the train. Planes, trains, and automobiles. But along the way, he ends up picking up a traveling companion. Not intentionally. It's more they end up traveling together and circumstances keep throwing them together. But you get a great dynamic between the two characters. It is highly entertaining and is a very good movie. And it is specifically about Thanksgiving. So if you haven't seen it, or you haven't seen it in a while, I definitely recommend putting that on your Thanksgiving family movie night list. And then we have more of a can be watched any time of the year. For some reason, for me, this just gives me fall vibes. Maybe because they're outdoors, and it just feels more of a fall type movie. The Great Outdoors, which is, and I wrote notes on this so I don't get the dates wrong. See, The Great Outdoors is 1988 with John Candy and Dan Aykroyd. Really great movie. It is not about Thanksgiving, but it is about family and coming together, and has some very hilarious scenes in there that just makes it very enjoyable. Another movie we like to watch, especially in November, any time of year, but especially now, is Uncle Buck. Not a holiday-specific movie, but it is a very good movie nonetheless. And yes, we are John Candy fans. He just did an excellent job as an actor, and we like a lot of his movies. And then you have, of course, Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. You can't forget that for every year for transition. It used to be on TV every year, and you could watch it on ABC. Yeah, last few years that has changed. Side note, this is why I love DVD still, because even if TV makes it harder, like it becomes impossible to find your show on TV every year, or streaming services, instead of having to buy a specific streaming service just to be able to watch one movie every year, you can just get the DVD, your DVD player, and there you go. You have it 24/7. Sorry, my little mid-rant about that. Used to be on every year. They changed that. Now you have to specifically figure out what streaming service has it, and then specifically get that streaming service just to watch it, which to me is not fair. That's why I just go straight for the DVD. And then you have one that we also watched. It does strike more as it's a Thanksgiving and a Christmas movie. Extremely funny. Highly enjoyable. We will watch it any time of year, any day that we can, essentially. We want something funny, we put that in. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Absolutely awesome. Great comedy. Love the movie. It's all about the insanity and the dysfunction of spending time together as a family. Kind of starts out around Thanksgiving and then goes into Christmas. So it's perfect. Kind of hits both holidays, but at least it's got Thanksgiving in it. We watch other movies, of course. Admittedly, my husband will do it more than I will, but admittedly, he will start to get more into Christmas movies as November goes along. I try and hold off until at least Thanksgiving dinner before we start doing Christmas movies. Just depends who's in what mood we're in. For those of you that are football fans, there's some great movies out there football-wise that you could watch in the fall around Thanksgiving if you wanted. Remember the Titans? It's an excellent one. The Blind Side is a good one. They're not specifically Thanksgiving, but football is part of Thanksgiving for some. So if you want like a football movie, there's a couple good options as well. They're just not ones that we tend to watch, except maybe Remember the Titans. But I don't really watch those during Thanksgiving. I just watch Remember the Titans whenever I get the chance. All right, guys. Let me know what movies you watch during like November. Are you already just jumping straight into the Christmas movies? Are you just watching whatever you can, or are there just certain movies that are a tradition for you? Let me know. Till next time, guys. Keep reading and keep enjoying those movies.